Hi, Harris from Grow Life. Today I'd like to talk about the very important aspect of our lives called habits. Habits is something every one of us has. Fortunately, unfortunately, it defines how we are viewed by others. When we talk about the word called habits, everybody has something that distinguishes them from a lot of other people. Everybody has some things that come out very strong. Some people are what do you call it? Tend to be very protective. Some people tend to be very proactive. Some people tend to be very encouraging. Some people tend to be, maybe I would say if you go to the other side, a little negative or critical, or they can only find faults with others. These kind of things. Everybody has some pattern in their lives that kind of defines who they are. Unfortunately or fortunately, most people tend to be remembered by what would be used to describe them. For instance, when you talk about somebody, you say, "Oh, that fellow, he's too nosy. This guy, he comes on very strong." Or that person is always finding fault with others. We tend to be remembered for what stands out about us as a pattern. So there are various people that have various kinds of habits. For instance, there are things that somebody is always positive. They talk about how when any problem that is put out to them, they immediately find a solution for that. Whereas there are some people who constantly are sitting wallowing or saying, nothing will work out, this won't work out, that is, that's going to have a problem. Any situation that you put forth to them, there's always something that they have to say that makes the whole thing, it'll make you feel scared when you hear that person speak to you sometimes. So the thing is, everybody has some strong habit that defines you. Be you man, be you woman, be you child. Most of these habits are acquired over time. It becomes a pattern. You keep repeating the same habit all through your life. For instance, a lot of us wake up every morning, and what is the first thing we tend to do? We either go to our laptops, or mostly today it's a mobile phone. The mobile phone controls our life like nothing else. And what I would say is, 90% of the people, or maybe even 60 to 70, maybe 90 would be exaggerated, 70% of the people, I would believe, the first thing they would be picking up in the morning is mostly the mobile phones. They pick up the mobile phone, they tend to go through it, they browse through it. The problem with the mobile, or these things that we get too stuck up on this thing called technology, the issue here is that what happens is that people, let's say a child comes and tries to speak to you, or your partner, be it your wife or your husband or whatever, we are so focused on this mobile phone or on this technology that we forget to actually hold a proper conversation with people around us. A small child may come forth and try to speak to you once or twice or thrice. Every time we shush away the child to say, "Go away, I'm busy, can't you see I'm engaged?" But the problem is, after some time, it becomes a serious issue for the child. The child will not want to come and speak to you or try to attempt approaching you for anything, even if it's something very, very important. And that is where the pain in life starts. We don't realize this little instrument that holds our life in such a strong way can control, and take away most of the things that we should really truly be loving. Be it our children, be it our partners, be it our family, be it our friends, whatever. We actually, sometimes we are out for a lunch or a dinner in a group of people, and we end up getting stuck trying to focus on the mobile phone. Now coming back, what happens is, why am I brought in this thing called mobiles into this aspect called habits? The problem is, even personally, you take me for instance. The other day I was trying to hold a conversation with somebody on the phone, and I was told that instead of focusing on the conversation on the other side, I was still browsing on my phone, which is such a shame. It is not a habit that you should encourage. It is not something it is not respectful to the other person. And the other person, when somebody joked to the other person saying that he's on his phone browsing, and while he's talking to you, the other person said, "Yes, I know," and I was shocked. How did that person know? Which means, many times when the person was speaking about something important, maybe my response would not have been correct. That person would have felt very hurt. So what was I doing? Was it right? So it's a habit I need to get rid of. It's something that can hurt not just me, it can hurt other people's opinions about me. They'll say, "Oh, that guy's very, he doesn't regard other people, he doesn't give them respect," which is actually true, which is a bad habit, and I need to change that habit. I promise myself that I will try to make an attempt to change that habit. The other thing is, there is something called the art of effective listening in a habit. Most of us find it very hard to listen properly. Even as the other person is talking to us or trying to tell us something, we are busy trying to remember what we want to tell them. So half our attention is not on what the other person is telling us. It is more in trying to tell the other person, or we cut the other person off sometimes, or even if we tend to listen, it is abstract listening where we actually not registering what they're saying. If a child is telling you something very crucial, and if you cannot listen to the child clearly, you're actually going to demoralize the child to a point of no return. Likewise with your partner, with your friends, anywhere that you go. So the art of listening is an important thing. Now, we go and say some people are rude to me, they constantly rude to me. We need to actually review, go back and take a few steps back and find out why is it that generally there seems to be a lot of people who are little, tend not to be very friendly with me, or tend to be a little more kinder to somebody else. Maybe it's because there are some habits that we have which we have not realized, which are actually causing those people to feel either distant or not so friendly as we would love them to be. We need to sometimes take a mirror to ourselves, find out why is it that the response that I get from many people are not exactly the way that I treat the other person. There are reasons. So habits are something that if we don't learn to address them in a proper manner, it can define your life. It can make your life way more exciting. If you can remove some of these negative traits that we have, which we call habits. Habits are formed over time. It's a culture. It's a process it's something that is acquired over time. You repeat the same thing over and over and over again. It becomes something that you can't remove from your life. So likewise, as I said, learning how to listen properly, learning how to be kind to others, learning how to be, not being critical when you go. Some people have this habit of saying, this is not right, that is not right, this is okay. The first thing you step into somebody's house is instead of finding what is right about the house, we end up trying to find what is wrong. We pick only the things that don't seem right. So rather than that, anybody, however big the house, however small the house, however perfect you may not find it to be, remember that somebody else has done it with a lot of passion and excitement. So if you cannot find too many things that you like, at least find the things that you like and tell them. It makes them feel happy. I'm not saying to be a hypocrite or thing. It's about, it matters to them. It is something that they believe has been done in a beautiful way. So you should not be disrespecting by saying, this is not okay, that's not okay. That's not why they invited you in the first place. They called you to say, come and see my house. It means they value your opinion. So when you go there, please make it a point to make them feel nice about the house. You can give them suggestions. You can say this, if you maybe had a little, window that was in that corner, it would help, which is okay to suggest things, but not to make them feel demoralized and feel let down. So likewise, habits are something that we need to learn to practice. Habits make people, assess us as somebody who's X, Y, or Z. If you're constantly being kind, being considerate, people will in turn tend to be equally reciprocative. But if we are going to be instinctively, going across and finding fault, there's something called OCD. OCD is something that affects you personally. It is something that a habit that you can break out of, but it takes a lot of effort and a lot of practice, and maybe even some amount of attention by a doctor or professional. But these things that I'm talking about are something that we have built over a period of time for ourselves. The way we behave to other people, the way we do things in a routine manner. So these things, if we can possibly make some attention, give ourselves some little bit of review, like we take a book and say the book is great, the book is not great. Likewise, we also need to ask other people who care for us in a nice way, is there something about me that you would suggest that I can improve on? Because if you ask them, what is wrong about you? Sometimes people tell you, yeah, this is not right, that is not right. So they'll reel out 5 things about you. But then later on, you'll feel hurt. So rather than that, I would suggest you can ask people who are closest to you. Is there something that you would feel that I could make a few small changes to myself which can help, improve my personality, that can make me look to be a better person? I'm not saying that, we need other people's opinion to make us better, but it helps to talk to people whom we care about. For all you know, your child may tell you, I wish you would spend a little more time with me. It could be a wife, your partner, your husband, whoever. It could be that person, because sometimes we find the phone or somebody else who's far away more important than those who are very close to us, right now with us. So being in the moment, in the present, where you are, giving that thing importance is very important, and you have to learn to adjust your time in a manner where you should be able to spend time on the other things also. So I would advise that learn to understand what are the habits that define you in your life. And if these habits, if you review them and find them all to be great and wonderful, keep it up. That's exactly what you need to be. But if you find there are some habits that are actually affecting our happiness, or make other people feel a little distant or move away when they, feel a little uncomfortable in our presence, we need to learn to realize them and address them. I'm not saying change your whole personality. I'm only talking about trying to be a better version of you. Mark 2, Mark 3, Mark 4. Whatever it is that you'd like to be. But I'd love you to be happy. I'd love you to be excited about who you are. So thank you so much. Have a lovely day, and make sure you don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button and press the bell icon and say all videos. Thank you so much. I love your comments. God bless you. Have a lovely day.